Today, I'm going to show you the deck that I've been having a lot of fun with. It's Rakdos Sacrifice with some new spicy additions. We're playing Stadium Headliner and Cori-Steel Cutter in this kind of Rakdos Sacrifice shell that you may have seen. And we're also, since we're able to make so many of these tokens, we're playing Corrupted Conviction for even more card draw. Now, quickly going over the new cards, Stadium Headliner, it's a 1-drop. When it attacks, it mobilizes 1, so you get that 1/1 creature token that you sack at your end step. So if that token or the headliner survives, we can use it as sack fodder to one of our many abilities. And then we also get the ability of Stadium Headliner to pay 2, sacrifice it, deal damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature. So it can potentially remove something small in a pinch. Now, Cori-Steel Cutter, if you've been playing Standard, you've probably seen this card in the Izzet decks. Personally, I haven't had the best experience with it in the Izzet decks. It just feels so awkward to take turn 2 off in a deck that wants to be so aggressive. Yes, Cori-Steel Cutter can be so insanely aggressive, but I think I found a slightly better home for it, or I tried to make a better home for it in this deck, because while Cori-Steel Cutter is equipment for 2 mana and it gives equipped creature +1/+1 trample and haste, and when you cast your second spell, you make a 1/1 monk creature token with prowess and you may attach the equipment to it. So I see this card and I see a way to reliably make a lot of tokens if we're playing to this low to the ground deck, and if we're playing low to ground deck that likes tokens, well, Sacrifice is a very low curve deck. We have a curve of 1.3 on average, so we're hoping to make use of that Cori-Steel Cutter to the fullest. Besides that, Corrupted Conviction was another big shout out I wanted to give. I really wanted this card to work in this deck, and I think the fact that we can make so many tokens with some of these new cards makes Corrupted Conviction really allow us to kind of churn through our deck to find the final vengeances that we need for removal, and then power through with the Cori-Steel Cutter. So that's the deck. Let's hop in some games and see how we can do. Alright, this hand, not very good. Double Corrupted Conviction with no creatures in it is kind of a weak one. This hand, a little bit better. Hopeless Nightmare, Clockwork Percussionist plus Corrupted Conviction means we're going to look at the top 3 cards of our library. Early Liliana can be quite brutal. Question is, what do we get rid of? I don't really want to get rid of the removal. Maybe we just get rid of Hopeless Nightmare. I think we can actually get rid of the Corrupted Conviction without too many worries. I will play... I guess we could play the Clockwork Percussionist, get in for a haste damage. And then we can attach the curse roll to it so we don't worry. We're not worried about it. We'll go ahead and attack first. Hopeless Nightmare. Hopeless Nightmare also synergizes well with our one of Liliana, eating away at our opponent's hand. It looks like the opponent is on the Jeskai control deck, maybe. There is a new Jeskai control deck that I'm interested in trying out. Plays the new mythic sorcery, so it's very interesting. A little wild card intensive, so fortunate in that regard. But do like, okay, well, I'm guessing the opponent didn't have much of a sweeper or something. I do not know. This hand looks alright. We do need to find a third land drop, but Hopeless Nightmare into Disturbing Mirth means we can draw into stuff, and while Hopeless Nightmare in the opening hand always feels quite brutal. So the opponent seems to be on the Mobilize deck, or maybe they're just on Convoke. Either way, I think I might just open up with the Cori-Steel Cutter. It's a bit greedy. Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned. Okay, so the question is, do they have the Gleeful Demolition in hand? In that case, it's probably better to hold up Torch the Tower, but then we're never getting this Cori-Steel Cutter down and being able to follow it up with a activation. I think let's just go a little bit aggro here. We have lots of removal in the deck. Full play set of Torch the Tower. Our Arabella, that is absolutely fine. In fact, it's actually kind of good for us because that means we can get rid of it. Because, well, we can Hopeless Nightmare. And then Torch the Tower to bargain away a Hopeless Nightmare to scry to hopefully find a land drop. And we get our Cori-Steel Cutter trigger. That does not look like lands, so I think we'll put those away for the time being. That is a land, but we might have to Corrupted Conviction away a creature here. Opponent, another Arabella. Alright, we will play out. I guess I should have held on to the swamp until we drew our cards, but it'll be fine, surely. We get the scry 2 before we draw. No, I don't know how this game works. Fine. Alright, go ahead, attack in with a Steel Cutter. And we will exchange it for a new Cori-Steel Cutter token, because that is our second spell, so that's fine. And there we go. Another creature, and it makes creatures. Hopefully we can find some more removal. We're flooding out a little bit. We went from having no lands to having way too many lands. Speed 4 is a little spooky. I don't think I can afford to keep that. Final Vengeance is amazing. I will go ahead. Final Vengeance Arabella to get rid of it. And I guess we can play Stadium Headliner. I should have played this. Actually, it doesn't matter the order. Spiteful Hexmage, we'll put that on the battlefield because we can turn it face up for some value here. And then I think we swing. And opponent, they can block the 2/2. Looks like they're going to trade for Sanguine Evangelist, which is interesting. They get to keep the bat. I don't think we're too concerned. We have a pretty aggro board. This Corrupted Conviction, though. Well, if the opponent goes for a creature, we can just sacrifice that creature. And roll 2. My goodness. Not a good set of draws. Well, we can't really block the nesting bot very well. Opponent actually has been incredibly aggressive here, and it's hard to keep up with so many small creatures. Feels like just a straight up bad matchup. Alright, I want to find a second card if I can. I can cast a fair amount of these. But I think we will be dying. Wicked Roll token doesn't make too much of a difference. But that's 3 blockers. We're down to 3. Oh, actually, sorry. Manifest Dread, my bad. My goodness, this feels like a lot of lands, but I guess we've turned through a lot of our deck, so I don't think we can afford to attack in, so wow, we're almost still there against what feels like a really bad matchup because we have so many single target removals. I guess I probably just needed... No. I needed Legion Extruder, but another land. Oh my goodness. We've been bested by Boros Convoke. Well, whenever a video starts off with multiple losses, I can't help but worry, but as much as I might wish I could control whether I win or lose, it appears there'll be some loses. Alright, if we find a red source, this hand is amazing. Hopeless Nightmare. And hopefully there's either something that allows us to use Hopeless Nightmare to scry 2, or a dragon. This might be Sultai dragons, eh? Alright, well, Steel Cutter. I love the art for this card, it's just so vivid. When we cast our second spell, we get the token, and then we can put the cursed roll on the token. I want to sacrifice this so we get the scry, because our draws are kind of weak at the moment. Or, they were looking kind of weak. I think we're doing okay now. Play this, we get the Cori-Steel Cutter trigger, and then we can, when the Hexmage enters, we can put the roll token on the monk, because its base power and toughness becoming 1/1 won't matter. So it looks like our monk will go back to the monastery, I guess. Unfortunate. Okay. I think I gotta get rid of the roll token, honestly. Though I could get rid of the Disturbing Mirth. This is kind of tough, because we could get rid of the Disturbing Mirth, or we could get rid of the... Can you not? Alright, we'll get rid of the Disturbing Mirth, that works out. And, just a few cards. Look at our hand, it's so full. It's so good. That's 7 damage. Still staring at them through 2 removal spells. Jace. Jace is not long for this world. Probably. Alright, Disturbing Mirth off the top is quite handy. I will get rid of that roll token, I think. I have Torch the Tower. That red source is awesome, because then I can still bargain my torches. I guess I could have played this slightly differently and maybe made this even better. Final Vengeance, I think we need more cards. Not bad. This is awesome. I love this deck so much. It just feels like you do so much, and it just makes any game that you get to play that much more enjoyable, I feel like. Sweeper, Deadly Cover-Up. We have Stadium Headliner. Surely that will carry us the rest of the way. No, okay, opponent has not enough removal, and boom, win. Before we hop into the rest of the matches, I want to talk about the sponsor of today's video. Magic the Gathering can feel overwhelming when you first start. So many mechanics, strategies, and cards, but it doesn't have to be that way. The sponsor of today's video is the Sorcerer's Field Guide from Ivory Tower Games. This guide to Magic the Gathering is designed to help players understand Magic from the ground up. Everything from how to play, deck building, to mastering different strategies. If you're new to Magic, this book will walk you through the fundamentals, explain key mechanics in a way that actually makes sense, and help you to avoid common beginner mistakes. If you're tired of always asking that one guy about the rules, or if you're getting a friend or family member into Magic, make sure you make your game nights go smoother and check out the Sorcerer's Field Guide using my link below, which also helps to support the channel. Thanks, and let's hop into the rest of the games. Okay, opener looks alright. If we can get value out of Corrupted Conviction, which we have 3 creatures in our hand, I think we are in an excellent spot. And we again have a creature that we don't mind slapping our Curse Roll token on. Which is quite handy. That Authority of the Consoles, though, is quite gross. And I imagine it's pretty good into the Steel Cutter decks that are going around. Well, 1 mana draw 2, not bad. You can draw some more cards, but Orzhov, Soul Search. Okay, Disturbing Mirth is probably gone, if I had to guess. These headliners not going to be very useful into our opponent here, but okay. Well, I can play everything post combat. Well, at least give them a little bit of pain. And then I'll play Legion Extruder. I'm hesitant to play out too many creatures in case they have some kind of sweeper, but it looks like they did not get one yet, so I can play this. I pretty much know I'm going to be playing that because I want to sacrifice it to the Legion Extruder. Ride's End. Okay, so this is a Orzhov Ketramose deck, maybe. Kind of frustrating that there's nothing to direct our removal at, but understandable. The opponent doesn't need tons of creatures to win. I will get rid of the Percussionist, upgrade it into a 3/3. This is why Legion Extruder is here. Gives us an outlet for our interesting dudes. Okay. Oh well. Gonna become tapped though. Oh my goodness, Authority of the Consoles, please stop. It's pretty much creature like damage neutral, so it doesn't matter that much, but it is annoying. And to have a temporary lockdown, I will weep. There will be crying. This is definitely an unfortunate matchup. And well, come on. I swear, whenever I turn on this dang recording software, it all just goes down the drain. I'm 5-2 with this deck, and you know what? Opponent has the perfect counter. So they got rid of their fancy thing. Aha! My Steel Cutter is unleashed. Do they get to draw a card? No, it's not their turn, so they don't draw the card. Sweet. Alright, they got rid of their safety net. The Authority. Gosh, that card. Didn't expect it to do that much work. Cease to gain some life and draw a card. We got our work cut out for ourselves here. Me like Liliana. Even Liliana wouldn't be good, I don't think, because it just doesn't win games very much. Well, I can play this out without them, without worrying that they're going to, Oh, I could have quitted the Steel Cutter to the Mage. No. Could have equipped the Steel Cutter to the Hexmage and gave it haste. I mean, they would have gotten rid of it with a Rise End, so maybe we dodged them using removal on the bigger creature. That is crazy. Well, dang. Oh man, these matchups just blow. I don't know how else to describe it. This is not great. I feel like our deck actually has a very good matchup into the Izzet Cori-Steel Cutter deck because our deck is packed with so much removal. But Torch of the Tower with no targets kind of ruins our way of double spelling. You know what, opponent, you're no fun. Bye. Alright, well, I feel like I'm not making a strong case for this deck in these games, but I feel like it has potential. Just trust me, bro. Is that a good source? Just trust me. No. What did he do to you? I don't trust our opponent here. Temur. Oh, great. Did I just waste my turn? I did. I will take no questions. This Hexmage will be the smallest of Hexmages. Oh, thanks, opponent. You gave me a target. Do I need more lands? I don't really think we need lands at this particular moment. Honestly, I have 2 3/2s. I'm still not playing out the other Hexmage. I want to be able to draw cards because we have a small grip. And the opponent does not have a small grip. We can respond to them discarding. At least we should be able to. Because the damage they choose goes on the stack. Because of the way the card's phrased. Aha! I've bested you, opponent. Okay. We do like that. Let's grind, opponent. Okay. A little spooky. We are committing a lot to the board, but we have the Percussionists, which, if they don't get exiled, should put up numbers in terms of getting us our cards back. I could have equipped the Steel Cutter to the Hexmage again for like 1 more damage. Or, yeah, 2 more, actually. Well, no. Yeah, 2 more. Cornucopia. Okay, that is fine. I'm expecting a Dragonback Assault wiping out like our entire board here, which would be not great, but... Well, this is the anticlimactic opponent is ramping game, so we just play things out and swing in. Okay, well, that fizzled that. I'm still gonna trust that we can make it work with these Percussionist triggers if they sweep. They have 7 mana. Fires a victory. Draw, gain. So that does not kill that. So, Brotherhood's End? No. Okay, well... I think that means we just won. Opponent was on some Temur ramp stuff, but here's that it probably was not enough. Songcrafter Mage, a very interesting card. Well, you know what? Just Shut yo trap. What am I saying? Opponent has it. Play the land. Don't see any reason not to. Not like we have any discard in the draw effects. Alright, GG. Alright. This hand looks absolutely excellent. We can Stadium Headliner into Cori-Steel Cutter, into Hexmage, into Hopeless Nightmare, whatever. Yada yada yada. I like to start out with a Headliner. Because then we can put the Cursed Roll token on the Headliner when it gets to that. But usually, we're going to do the thing where you take your turn 2 off, play your Steel Cutter. Opponent, Mono Black Vampires, or Rakdos Vampires, maybe? Or Rakdos Sacrifice. Who knows? Or Mardu Sacrifice. Anything is possible. Flame Cash Gecko, that is fun. Fun for them. I'm getting a little worried. Stop it. Oh. This Headliner is going to hold a lot of roll tokens. Opponent, you are not playing any Pyroclasm type effects, correct? I don't want to attack in just in case I need to use removal mode, since the opponent might have something here. Is it just Rakdos Lizards? There's a Hard Claw and Flame Cash Gecko. Eh. Alright, who will be able to win this race? I think we have decent odds if the opponent doesn't pull out any fancy tricks here. We're going to swing in for 8 damage. And we're doing 2 here, so we'll get them down to 8. They'll swing back, get us down to 6. No, 8. Unless they have something else. And, we have lethal next turn if they don't hold back any blockers or kill anything or add any blockers. But it's a good place to be, regardless. The Corrupted Conviction would be pretty good. They get to go full speed. Thrill Seekers in. They do gain a singular life point. Does that win them the game? I will cry. Okay. Oh, they get to gain 4 life? Oh no, man. Alright, well. An opponent has discovered Rakdos speed. The game's not over. Well, it's not over until it's over. And then it's over. If that makes sense. We have the Stadium Headliner. That's why I have not conceded. See what you got. Can't sacrifice it in response. Down to 1. You got it? Ah! Oh, okay. That one hurt. That hurt. Okay, well, it's a hand. I'm running out of steam here. I'm really tired. I was tired before I started playing, but These games have been... I was hoping it would go a little bit smoother, but it is what it is. Alright, we're not going to waste the headliner attacking in, so maybe we will. You know what? If they want to trade, it's probably worth. So the headliner can also snipe a flying bird, which I assume will be in our future, though they could be playing the Steel Cutter, but they could also be plotting their Slick Shot Show Off. Nope, it's straight to Steel Cutter. Steel Cutter v Steel Cutter action. What Steel Cutter deck is the best? Come on, it's always mine. Just kidding, but okay. Bauble. Yes. Take rid of that. We have Torch for the instant speed. We can sacrifice the Bauble, or we can sacrifice the Percussionist. Get even more card draw or value. It's not exactly card draw because it exiles, but you get the point. Please don't touch my cards. They are very friendly cards. Alright, we're going to probably need to sacrifice the Percussionist. So if they try and torch it, I guess we could torch our... I don't know. Intriguing. Opponent goes for the Steel Cutter. I guess I could sacrifice it in response. I would have preferred to sacrifice the Percussionist, but I don't think we want to be playing removable pinball, but so card draw, please, or yeah, card draw. Or, you know, I would take Liliana maybe. Okay, card draw it is. I would complain, I will not. Get rid of the Percussionist. What do we get? Lots of good stuff. No lands, but we don't need land where we're going. Put it on it. Get rid of this token. We'll pump up our Prowess Monk a little bit more, and now we got a Hexmage on defense. Down to 7. We're at 14, so we have twice their life total, but they have 2 Steel Cutters. We have 1. Do they have a bird? Because we are out of instant speed removal. But we can double spell next turn, assuming they put up a creature. That's a creature. I think we win if they attack in. Kind of the conundrum. Okay. That is 3 plus 6. Or sorry, 6 plus 4. That's a lot more damage than I expected, but we seem to be okay. We are okay. We are okay. Maybe next time, is it? Maybe next time. No blockers. GG. Alright, we did it. I beat the other deck. Alright, I think that is a good place to end this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know what you think of the deck. Is this the future of Cori-Steel Cutter? I just like that it's a little bit slower, but it's still aggressive and kind kind of low to the ground, which I think suits Cori-Steel Cutter, but it's not like taking that turn 2 off. Just, it feels so awkward to me. But yeah, again, let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, maybe you'll enjoy what we played yesterday, which was the new Goblin cards from Tarkir. Believe it or not, Goblins got a few new cards, so if that sounds interesting, the video should be on the screen about now. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Have a nice morning, evening, night, afternoon, wherever and whenever you're watching. Take care of yourself,